Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sathak, and in continuation with the static and non-static, today's video will be with static and non-static itself, but with addition of global variables or class variables or instance variables and compared and local variables. So let's begin. Okay, so learning Java, and we will continue with the OOPS concept and all. So this video will be predominantly dedicated to global and local variables. Plus we'll understand a little bit more about static and non-static. Okay. Now, okay. So this is the class, right? This is the class body. Okay. So what I'll do here, just below the class, I will write certain few things. Okay. So let me write static string name equals to, let's say, Sachin. Okay. Static int age equals to 25. Okay. Let's say double height equals to 510. Okay. Let's say just give any name. Char C1 equals to A. Anything, you know. So I have made 4 declarations. One is a name, one is an age, one is a height, and one is just a character C1. And all 4 are of different data types. This one is string, this one is an integer, and this one is a double, and this one is a character. So now in these 4 declarations which we have made just below the class, these all variables are called global variables or class variables. Why? Because they are not declared, they are not initialized inside any method. They are initialized under the class body. In the class body itself. Okay. They are not part of any method. Okay. These are not part of any method. These are global variables or local variables. Now, can you see certain things here? These two have static keyword associated with it, and these two do not. So what do we conclude? Global variables can be made static and non-static, both. Okay. So both are valid. This is a static global variable. This is also a static global variable. This is a non-static global variable, and this is also a non-static global variable. Now let's move on to something known as a local variable. So I will make something like this: public void test. That's my favorite method name. So what I'll do is I'll make string name equals to Golu. Okay. Int age equals to 10. Okay. And I'll type something like, this method has 2 local variables, name and age. Okay. Now these are called local variables. Why they are called local variables? Because they are inside a method and the scope of their execution is inside this method itself. These are called local variables, the ones which are present inside the method. Okay, now there is one more thing which I need to tell you. It's very, very important. Local variables are neither static nor non-static. Why? Because see, if you try to give static keyword here, it will throw an error. It is not allowed in Java. See, if you hover the mouse over there, illegal modifier of parameter name, only final is permitted. You cannot make any local variable static. Then you will come with an argument, if it is not static, then it is a non-static. No. Local variables are neither static nor non-static. Please remember this. Local variables are just local variables. Even if, see, I have mentioned this, a non-static method, but even if I make a static method, public static sample, even in this static method also, let's say for example, I'm just copy pasting this and I'm writing it here. I'll just change, let's say Molu, and his age is 11. Okay, this static method and this non-static, I'll change it here. Okay, so even these two, even though they are inside a static method, even these two cannot be associated with static. See, it will throw an error. That doesn't mean that these are cannot be associated with static. This does not mean that they become non-static. No. All the local variables which are made inside a method are neither static nor non-static. Please remember this. And of course, you know that if you have to access a non-static method or a non-static entity inside a class, what do you have to do? You have to create object of the class. And how do you create object of the class? By using the new keyword and this object reference equals to new this. Okay, see, object reference, I always create obj ref. It does not mean that anything will not work, anything will work. I just create it because I like it that way. So it is up to you. You can give anything you want, you can give anything you want here. This is just an argument for namesake. Okay, now if you want to call this, you can call this obj ref dot molu. So molu is static, so we will call test. Okay, this works absolutely fine. Okay, now there is one more thing which I need to tell you, and this is a very, 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 very important concept. In this particular class, how many non-static members are present? If you keep a count, you will only see this. Okay, sir, there is only one non-static member present. No, it's not. There are this, this, and this. My question was, how many non-static entities or members are present of this class? This is a non-static global variable. Okay, this too is a non-static global variable. So these two are non-static entities, and this one is a non-static method, public void test. So typically there are three non-static entities or non-static members of this particular class, which are height, double height, character C1, and this method test. So there are three non-static entities. So now I'll open MS Paint. I'm not very good in these diagrams, so please do excuse me if I, okay, my windows need, I think it needs update. Oh God, someone, okay, thank God, MS Paint. I need to restart my system. No worries. I'll finish this video, then I'll restart. I'm very bad with all this drawing and all. Please manage. So somehow I'll take this. I'll make okay manageable. Okay, yeah, enough. Now I'll take this and I'll write something here. Okay, obj ref, and I'll push it. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is our class. Okay, this is our object. This is the object reference. So the object reference is referring to what? The object reference is referring to this object. This whole damn thing, this whole thing, this is nothing but this is the object. Okay, this is the object. This whole thing, the circle, this is the object, and the object reference is referring to that object. Now what does this object comprise of? The object comprises of these three non-static entities of the class. So it has height, character C1 and test. So it has the test method. This is non-static. Okay, it has the double height. This is also a non-static, and again a character C1. Okay, so these are the things, these are the non-static entities which reside inside an object. So now we have another definition of an object, and this goes like this. So the object definition, another definition is definition of object. All the non-static members of the class are in the object. Obj refers to that object. So always remember, all the non-static entities of the class resides inside the object. This is another definition of object. Okay, so now we have approximately 3 different definitions of object. I'm sorry guys, I'm not very good with these diagrams and all, but I hope you understood what I'm trying to say. So this is what for global variables and local variables. So we'll revise again. Global variables can be made static as well as non-static. Local variables are neither static nor non-static. Okay, now you can, even if it is a static method and you declare certain value inside it, you cannot term them as static and non-static. You can call a static method directly, we have known, and you can call a non-static method or any sort of a non-static global variable also via object reference only. But for non-static, there is no such rule. They can call any static or non-static directly without any problem, but static can call static. Please refer to my earlier videos and you can watch this. I have not coded anything or taken any printout of this particular video because I didn't feel the need to, but if you want, you can go ahead and you can try calling this objref dot c1. Okay, you can call them by this, and you will have to pass a certain value. You can change the value too. This will work. Objref dot height. Let's say you change it to 6.2. Okay, this will also work. So you're changing. Okay, and you can call the static entities directly. You can directly call name equals to, let's say, hello. Of course you have to, you don't need to give even the data type. You can call them directly. It's as simple as that. Age equals to 24. It will work because these are global variables, as simple as that. So this is how you play around with static and non-static. And if you want to print the program, there will be absolutely no output because I haven't printed anything. Okay, I have. Yes, yes. The non-static method has two variables, name and age. So I'm calling this, right? Test method I'm calling. Okay, yes, I'm calling this. So it is just giving the printout of this. That's it. You want to do anything, you can go ahead and do anything you want. You call them directly, you call by class name, you call by anything. Let's say for example you want to call by class name. Call by class name some global variables like dot name. Okay, but you cannot give like this. You have to pass a certain value. Okay, let's say sort of. You want to call using class age. Call it, not a problem. Give a certain value. This will work. This is how it works. Okay, when you're calling any sort of a global variable by class name, you have to specify the value, even though there is no such mandate rule. Okay, now I'll tell you one more thing about global variables. You need not declare it using you need not assign a value. That is not a mandate. You can just write int roll number. This is fine, it will work, there is no problem. But it is what, let's make it static. Okay, static int roll number. Now you want to call roll number directly, fine, no problem, it will work. You want to but you have to assign something, let's say 34. It works. You want to call it by class name, call it, but you have to assign a certain value here. Even though, see, if I don't assign a value, it will throw an error. Even though you will argue that I have not introduced it here, why are you introducing? This is how Java works. You just cannot call it without assigning something. So why are you calling it for if you do not want any sort of an output? It is unnecessary overhead. See, I'm just giving anything. It is working. So always remember, when you are calling any sort of a global variable inside the main method or any other static methods or wherever you want to call them, by object reference, by directly, or by calling them via class, assign a value. Okay, that makes sense. I hope you like this video. So this ends our static, non-static, local, global, object, classes, everything. Please watch all the last 3-4 videos which I have created, including including methods and overloading of methods. These 5 videos will actually make your concept very strong. These 5 videos are very, very important. Please do not miss any. If you have any doubts, definitely go ahead and ask me. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Sarthak here, signing off.